Hello everyone, this is Seven here, and I will be doing a second review of the high-grade RX-78-2 Gundam Revive. Now, why am I doing a second review of this? Well, if you take a look at the review that I did first, then take a look at the review now. You're not seeing something? Well, that's because I actually applied some water slides here. I applied the traditional 79 logo, not the logo of the Gundam's code, but not the serial number of the Gundam, but the date that the 1 year war happened. I also applied that on the chest, but it kind of ripped off. And personally, I kind of think that it adds to the effect of it being damaged. Oh wait, I kind of forgot to answer the question. Why am I doing a second review of this? Well, that's because I've actually painted it. Painted in the sense of dry brushing in the least. Now I didn't do a lot on this one since I kind of don't want to. I don't kind of want to screw it up, and mostly I just started on the legs and just went crazy and dry brushed it with a lot of the, I guess, rust color paint, I guess. And the shield, this is where I kind of went all whole hog on the water slides and the paint. It kind of looks good, to be honest. And also, I also added some extra effect to the beam rifle, in which, if you look at it closely, there's actually a bit of burning down there. Now, I was originally planning to get some silver paint, but I don't necessarily have the cash for it yet, so I didn't necessarily buy it. But I will get started on dry brushing some kits, or maybe I'll buy another Gundam, and I guess I'll dry brush it in silver, I guess, and go crazy insane on that one. But hey, who knows? Okay, so let's talk about the details first. Now, the details, essentially all I really did was panel lining, not really a lot. Painting, I used like burnt Sierra for the color, or for the paint, and it actually looks quite good. The look I'm kind of going for is that his legs were actually smothered in mud while he was in the midst of a fight on Earth. And personally, I think I actually achieved that look pretty well. And for the shield, actually, I was planning on making. The original intent I had for the paint was, if I'm gonna paint this shield, I have to make it look like he accidentally dipped his shield in mud. And personally, not necessarily dip, it's more like grazed the mud at the most. And personally, I think it actually came out pretty well. Now the 79 here, I actually intentionally ripped this off since kind of want to make it to look just a little bit more scratched up. And personally, I do think I achieved the look. Now, yeah, I could have gotten farther with that, but personally, I kind of don't want to screw up the paint again. Because I actually, if you've been following my Instagram, I was doing the Omicron strike. Yeah, I never got around to finishing that since there's kind of been a problem with the paint. The spray can itself literally exploded, so it didn't explode in my hand, more like the spray itself exploded. So like when I pressed it, I think I pressed it on it a little bit too hard, so that's the reason it exploded. I was originally spraying black on one part when I was actually just planning to spray one part on a runner. That was the thing I was trying to do. I was trying to paint something on a runner. Now, it was going well until something happened. I pressed a little bit too hard on the paint and bam, I ruined it. Anyways, continuing on. Now, articulation is largely unchanged. If you want to look for the articulation, do go look for the original review, probably in the description, but honestly, I just want to talk about the experience of dry brushing. So let's talk about that. Dry brushing for me was really weird, because what you're doing with dry brushing is you're rubbing off excess paint, and then you're just lightly brushing on specific parts of the body of the Gundam or mobile suit, depending on what you're dry brushing. And me, I didn't want to necessarily take it too far since I don't want to make it look like it'll just explode in one more hit. Gundam versus Young. But other than that, I do think I achieved it. I achieved the look. Also, one thing I did want to clarify in the review is that about the scale. Now, it might not come across as correct, but actually what I was trying to say there is it's actually at perfect scale at 5 inches. So when you compare it to the Gundam Mark II here, it definitely looks like the Gundam Mark II is taller. Although this Gundam hasn't aged well. Also, there's one thing I want to cover. The revive kits is much... Well, there goes one part. That's not the thing I wanted to talk about. Is that the revive kits, especially some of the newer ones, or not exactly the newer ones, the ones released last year or last year, probably, they're actually kind of fragile. So, mine, I am trying to take the utmost care of, but that has kind of resulted in a lot of fault. So, I just left it on the shelf right here. And then, for the gun cannon, right here, I'll just bring him in. The gun cannon, I didn't necessarily break anything on him just yet. But it's more the case of, you can definitely see it right there. But I've actually broken 2 things on the model. I've broken the connector to the ankle and the foot here, so that thing is glued, but it can still move. Somehow. And I also broke the antenna on the head, which is actually kind of annoying, and I couldn't glue it on again. So, since then, I've left the gun cannon of mine with only 1 antenna. To be honest, it actually kind of suits him. Now for the Gundam Mark II, I've broken like both the shoulder connectors. Both ball joints on the left and right shoulders, I've actually broken both those due to shelf fall. The V-fin, this back part, well, you can see right there that it's really, it's glued incorrectly. But other than that, I haven't necessarily broken anything just yet. Hopefully not. Hopefully I don't break anything else. Here we go. Now, the reason I made this other review is again to show what I've been doing throughout the days of my Gunpla building. So, here it is, the painted version of the RX-78-2 Gundam. I'm just gonna make a short slideshow of it right here, I guess. So, in 3, 2, 1.